Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Real quick, if you haven't noticed, I have changed the name of my channel. We're going to see what it does. I might change it back. I don't know. I am currently going by Americana Sam. That doesn't mean I'm going to just talk about Americana music, but seems to be the niche that I have found in the YouTube world. And yeah, it kind of gives people a bigger idea of what I do on YouTube. So let me know if you like the name. Again, Americana Sam. It's going to take some getting used to. Uh, I've been going by the Sam St. John name for 3 years now, just about, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's not why I'm here. I'm here because I am doing a concert review for Brooklyn-based trio, the Lone Bellow, who just performed a concert a few days ago, October the 4th, at the Kiln Theater in Lexington, Virginia. Now, Lexington is about 50 minutes north of Interstate 81 from where I am. And I've been there one other time. I was there last summer seeing this tour, Marty Stewart, the Altitude Tour with the Fabulous Superlative. So this is my second time there. It's a venue that's been around for many years. Went through a closure for about 10 years and now just celebrated its 10 years of being reopened. But I mean, my parents they've seen people like Tony Rice, Alison Krauss, people like the Wood Brothers have been there that I've seen multiple times. Lots of bluegrass, Sam Bush Band has been there. So it's a great place for, rootsy kind of music. But they also do a little bit of other stuff too. Beautiful place. Again, it is an old lime kiln. So they used to, be a kiln with limestone. And the venue, the actual stage itself, is based around what they call the bowl, which is about 30 or so benches around a stage with two large limestone rocks, kind of like a tiny little, when I say tiny, like a tiny little red rocks in the middle of the woods. So it probably holds as the venue, the whole place, probably maybe 600 people or so. So, you have people that are there in lawn chairs, they have fold out chairs that the venue has set up, and then the people that are actually sitting in the benches around the actual stage. There's also on the rocks, that's actually standing room. So people can actually stand and look directly down on the stage. I mean, the rocks are only, you know, 15 feet tall, maybe, probably not even that high, maybe 10. But it's a really cool place, really cool lighting. They had like a kind of a temporary roof that they put up over the place because they were calling for some rain that we never got. Thankfully, it was a beautiful night. High 60s, clear skies, and a really great crowd. It was the last show of the season at the Lime Kiln. It was just kind of like a bonus show that was added on after season tickets went on sale over the summer or the spring. So really, really cool venue. If you've never been, check it out. If you live in the Richmond area, you're looking at about like a 2.5 hour drive from Richmond, or it's a good place to go see live music if you want to see somewhere different. But anyway, that's not, again, it's part of why I'm talking about this. But I went to go see the Lone Bellow. Now, I have seen the Lone Bellow one other time, well, way before I started YouTube. This was probably 2014 or 15. Um, Probably about the time that they had put out their second album, maybe. They're currently touring under an album called Love Songs for Losers, which came out a couple of years ago. So they don't have fresh new material out there right now, though I do believe a deluxe version of this album was released in 2023. But yeah, they're one of those groups that just constantly tours. Again, trio, female vocalist, two male singers, all very powerful, kind of soulful voices. I don't know exactly who to describe them, like how to describe them. Uh, I mean, they consider themselves folk rock, but I don't even know that I would call it that. It's just kind of like soulful 3-part harmony singing, but it's not like like it's not like that mellow kind of thing that might throw you off. It's like big voices, like really big voices. And that's what I told my girlfriend was with me, and she had never seen them. And I had mentioned, I said, what I remember from about 10 years ago, because that show, I had seen another venue where I was front row. I was there with my uncle, and I remember the voices being very loud, in a good way. It wasn't like an annoying way, but just like the power that they were conveying from the three voices. But anyway, they it was a really really fun night. They had an opener. It was a younger girl who unfortunately I can't remember her name. She might have been 21 or so. Definitely, I think this she said it was her first tour, and she definitely needed, she needs a few more years under her belt before she's, doing her own thing. But good for her for being able to open for the Lone Bellow. But Lone Bellow were there with their full band. Again, they had and all three members of the Lone Bellow, are multi-talented. So the the guitar player would move to bass, and then there would be a mandolin that would come out. They'd move to keyboards, lead guitar, acoustic guitars, just switching around. They would do vocals and that sort of thing. Obviously, all three of them have very good voices. And then they also rounded out the band with a drummer and a bass player slash guitar player, depending on what the three main members were playing. But um, great show. Yeah, I mean they did, a couple of their bigger songs, so to speak. Green Eyes and a Heart of Gold, um, which is the title track from their first record, and Then Came the Morning, which is another big tune. Um, it's they actually, the second song of the night was Green Eyes and a Heart of Gold, which is very much like this big like crowd sing along kind of song. I was really expecting that to be toward the end, but they did Then Came the Morning at the end, which has, they were telling the audience to sing in parts. Just a really big, building kind of choir type song. Really really cool. And it was neat. They had family members in the crowd. Um, and they did a version of "Slip Sliding Away" by Paul Simon, which was really really good. Very very emotional. The the female lead singer, I can't remember her name, unfortunately, but her father was in the audience. She was from Fredericksburg, Virginia, which is up heading toward DC. And her father, she said, like that week, so this week, was going to go through his first round of chemotherapy, and she was dedicating the song to him. So very very emotional to see the three of them do slip sliding away. They did it around one microphone, like they just did acoustic, and the other two members of the band kind of stepped away from the stage. And at one point, she was singing a song and kind of jumped into the crowd, and her dad was sitting in one of the benches in the bowl, and she was kind of like, singing, and her dad came up to the front, and she was singing, and she didn't realize he was there, and she said, "Oh, hey, Dad," like in the middle of the verse, and he, kissed her on the head, and that was a very sweet moment to know that he was about to go through a pretty challenging, few months. So, obviously wishing the best of luck in that. But yeah, a great show. I think the lead singer, Zachary Williams, who has a very very good voice. He also has a solo record, I believe. I think they might all have solo records, and they're all writers in the band too, which is great that they write their own stuff. But it sounded like Zach's voice was a little strained during some parts. He was really reaching, and I know that he can sing the parts. It sounded almost like he was getting over a cold, or might have been just road weary. But because I mean he gets up there. I mean he really does, and he tries to belt it. You can see it in his face. But it was still, I mean, the emotion of the show was just really really good, and to see it with my girlfriend was even more special. So anyway, that was the show. Oh, they did a great tune. Check it out. It's called Honey. Check that song out. Check out, Then Came the Morning, Green Eyes and a Heart of Gold. Um, they did had some really good stuff. But yeah, Lone Bellow, Lime Kiln Theater, October the 4th, in Lexington, Virginia. So that's it. Let me know if you know the Lone Bellow. Let me know if you've seen them, if you've heard of them. I would love to talk to you in the comments. And again, remember, I'm Americana Sam now for the foreseeable future. So hopefully it sticks. Let me know what you think of that too, or don't. I'll take it either way. All right, y'all be good. Take care. We'll see you in the next one. Bye now.